Hey, welcome back to the channel. So a few months ago, I actually got my hands on the 𝗧𝗵𝗲 system. This is a plugin slash software system that's offered by 𝗧𝗵𝗲 𝗪𝗑𝗠. It comes with a measurement microphone. You actually measure your speakers in your existing space, and it's supposed to take care of any acoustic anomalies and allow you to have a better listening experience so that your mixes will translate better. Well, I've owned this now for about 3 months, and so I wanted to do sort of like a check-in to let you know exactly how it's benefited my home studio. Now, room correction software in and of itself is nothing new. It's actually been out for quite some time. You might remember a company called SonarWorks, which is now actually called SoundReferenceID. I've been utilizing their system for quite some time whenever I stumbled onto the 𝗧𝗵𝗲 system by 𝗧𝗵𝗲 𝗪𝗑𝗠, and I wanted to sort of give you a pro and con of both systems, and then let you know after 3 months of using the 𝗧𝗵𝗲 system, is it worth the money? Is it something that you should invest in? Because it is actually an investment. With that being said, anytime that there's a product that hits the market that promises to do X, Y, and Z and to do it better than anyone else, I'm always a little bit skeptical just because I've been burned a lot of times, and marketing can be a crazy beast, especially online. So the skepticism is real, and I was skeptical about how much of a difference that room correction software could actually make. I was already acquainted with, as I've said before, SoundReferenceID. And now 3 months later, I have to say the results have been pretty impressive. Now, when it comes to the 𝗧𝗵𝗲 software, the setup was very straightforward. The 𝗧𝗵𝗲 software bundle that I have actually comes with a specially calibrated microphone that allows you to measure your room's acoustic response. And then the software then generates a custom correction curve that compensates for any of your room's acoustic anomalies. Now, what makes this specific software different from others on the market is I believe it was very intuitive, but it's also very precise. Whenever I was doing my measurements, I was blown away by how precise it was. There's two different options that you can do. You can do like a really quick measurement, or you can do a more in-depth measurement. I did the in-depth measurement, and I have to say that immediately my mixes were sounding like night and day in this room. I mean, I've already got a somewhat treated space, so I'm kind of used to how the room sounds, and I do a lot of mixing on headphones. So whenever I kicked over to this system and I started using my speakers again, mixes that used to sound muddy and unclear, now they started to sound clear and balanced in this room. The bass response in particular has definitely become much tighter and more accurate, and the amount of revisions that I'm giving back to clients as well has lessened dramatically. Now, one of the standout features of 𝗧𝗵𝗲 is its adaptability. Whether I'm mixing a dense rock track or even a delicate acoustic piece, the software allows me to fine-tune the correction to fit the specific needs of each project. This is huge because a lot of these room correction softwares or plugins in general don't allow you to tweak some of those inner workings to make it fit your space because they assume that their AI is going to know everything. So along those same lines, many of you have asked in the comment section or through email how the 𝗧𝗵𝗲 stacks up against the SoundReferenceID software, which is another popular room correction software I own and have reviewed. So let's talk a little bit about that. First and foremost, it would be disingenuous of me to say that the SoundReferenceID software isn't also a powerful tool. It essentially offers similar adjustments to your room and can be very helpful. However, after using both, I have noticed some key differences. Firstly, the 𝗧𝗵𝗲 software seems to have a more intuitive and accurate measurement process. Now, in terms of performance, both software options offer excellent room correction. However, I found 𝗧𝗵𝗲 to be slightly more consistent in providing a natural sound, whereas the SoundReferenceID software sort of tended to blur things a little bit and make them sound a little too hyped, in my personal opinion. Overall, after a few months with the 𝗧𝗵𝗲 𝗪𝗑𝗠 system installed, I'm thrilled with how it's improved my mixes. It's user-friendly, it's effective, and it has made a noticeable difference in the sound quality of my mixes, my masters, and honestly, even the music that I'm listening back to here in my studio for fun during some downtime even sounds better in this room. Now, I will say, however, that the SoundReferenceID is also still a strong contender, especially if you mix on headphones a lot. But for my needs, the 𝗧𝗵𝗲 has been the perfect fit. So the main difference between the two, if you have not caught it as of yet, is that the 𝗧𝗵𝗲 system mainly works through your speakers and your speakers only. However, there is a plugin that you can use on any given mix bus that you can listen back through your headphones, but it is going to be a bit skewed because you're listening through headphones. Now, the SoundReferenceID software actually allows you to upload the noise imprint or the sonic imprint of your headphones as well, so that if you are mixing on headphones, you can actually match your headphones to the SoundReferenceID software. Now, this was huge for me a long time ago because I was mixing predominantly on headphones all the time. Now I find myself bouncing back and forth between the two. And so with the 𝗧𝗏 software, I've actually found that I am preferring the mixes that are coming out of my speakers now than those that were coming out of my headphones. Before, the room was such a problem that I had to use headphones because I knew those headphones very well, and I knew exactly what bass should sound like on them, what the high end should sound like on them. By the way, anything that I have talked about in this video, whether it be the headphones, the SoundReferenceID software, or the 𝗏𝗏 Multimedia 𝗧𝗏 software, I will link all of that in the description of this video below. Now, those will be affiliate links, which will help the channel if you do make a purchase at no additional cost to you. All right, so by and large, if you are in the market for some room correction software, you think that your room definitely needs it, I would say that the price point that you're going to pay for either one of these systems is definitely pale in comparison to what it would be to get good studio quality isolation in your room, whether that be bass traps, whether it be broadband frequency absorbers, whatever that might be, diffusers. It's going to be exponentially cheaper to go this route, but not cheaper in the sense that your sound quality is going to be cheap or cheapened, but it's going to be cheaper in the sense on your wallet only. You're going to actually benefit a lot more from spending a lot less money by the room correction software than you would by actually treating your room. And it's in the end result you're going to be very happy with. Now, if you have any questions or you'd like to share your own experiences with room correction software, I would love it if you would drop a comment down below and we can start a conversation about that. I hope this has been helpful for those of you who are maybe wondering, okay, what about all these people that have bought this? Why are they not posting about it? What's happened? What's going on with it? Is it actually good? Do I need to spend the money on it? Hopefully all of those questions have been answered. If they have not been, please, again, drop that in the comment section down below. I'd love to help you answer any of your questions that you might have. So until next time, guys, remember that we can dream alone. We can even create alone, but together we can achieve so much more.